What the world's been waiting for, what the world needs now. The one, the only, amazing, original Johnny Blaze. Often imitated, but never duplicated. Here's Johnny.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you all to the amazing original Johnny Blaze Show. It's always great to be here as I blaze right in with my karate kick. Let's have a blazing hot fun time. A study of economics usually reveals that the best time to buy anything is last year. A father gave his son $200 as a wedding present. A few weeks after the honeymoon, the son went back to his father's house. The father asked the son, "So what did you buy for your wedding present, my son?" "A wristwatch," replied the son. "What?" The father yelled back. "I wanted you to buy a rifle." "What for?" said the son. "Listen," the father replied. "When you catch your wife in bed with another man, what are you going to do?" "Give them the time of day." A man picked up a woman at a bar, and he drove miles away to a lake where they started getting busy. Later that night, as they were getting dressed, the woman spoke up. "I forgot to tell you I'm a prostitute. What we did will cost you $100. The man answered, "I forgot to tell you I'm a cabbie. The fare back to town will be $200. We have a blazing hot fun show with a special guest. He is a singer, a songwriter, an all-around entertainer, and a multi-instrumentalist. Please give a big warm welcome and say hello to Billy Ray Rock. Billy Ray Rock.
How you doing, brother?
Welcome. Fine, you? Welcome to the amazing original Johnny Blaze Show.
Thank you for having me, man. I appreciate it, brother.
Hey, yeah, my pleasure. My pleasure, Billy Ray. I was wondering, give me a rundown of the Billy Ray Rock story. How'd you get started in entertainment, and where are you from?
I was born in Texas, raised in California. Uh, came into California, raised in Fresno, family of 11 people. I'm the youngest. Got into music at an early age. Got into comedy as well, certainly. When I became an adult, but got into music before I even became an adult. And just kind of kept studying, paying attention to my brother who plays sax. So I got to the point to where now I play over 13 instruments, produced a lot of songs through the years, finally came into my own solo career, and kind of here I am.
That's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that. Now, instrumentalist, you do whatever, 13 instruments. How many, which instruments are they? And are you self-taught, or did you teach, or did somebody teach you? Or
I'm self-taught. The instruments vary. I'm not gonna sit here all day naming them, but my main instrument is the bass guitar. But I always tell folks, man, I don't I'm not Prince. I can't outplay you on your instruments. um, but I play it well enough that people know that I know what the hell I'm doing, you know?
So your main instrument, your favorite one is the bass guitar. Okay.
Yes, yes.
And what about some of the other ones now? Do you do any lead guitar, or do you do any rhythm guitar? Or
I do some piano. I'm pretty good at. Um, I don't do guitars well. I do play violin. I do play sax, clarinet, some trombone, trumpet,
wow.
and I go on and on. I'm a
Wow.
decent cello player and, just on and on, man,
That's something to be proud of. I mean, it's difficult just to master one instrument, let alone, what are you, 13? Wow.
Yeah. And the thing is, too, when when you're in a state and time um, with technology to where the understanding of instrumental parts helps you. And that's where I get the most value from because knowing how to play those instruments, you can just go into a synth and push a button and it can give them all to you. But I think that the separation with a lot of artists comes in and how to effectively know when and not use the instruments that you can play when you're putting together songs and tracks and just trying to compose in general.
I think that's phenomenal. That's really, like I said, that's blazing hot and awesome.
Yeah, it's different, man.
I think that's great. I think that's great. Okay. Yeah, talk to me about your, what kind of music do you go for? Is it rock, pop, country, classical, rhythm and blues, gospel, folk, jazz?
Well, when I came into music, it was in the stuff that I've heard. The era I grew up in, we didn't have, and at the time especially, You didn't have the genres of music broken up over 8 different stations, and certainly we didn't have playlists back in the day. So when you turned on the radio, man, you were either listening to soul, R&B, funk, or you were listening to rock. And we had one station in town called KYNO, and they played a combination. Like you might hear out in America, then the next song will be, I don't know, Roller Coaster Earth or Ohio Players, or they were just all over the place. And so as a kid listening, I came up listening to such a variety of genres. It took me a while in music, man, before I figured out the best thing for me to do, rather than to pick a genre, just makes what comes natural to you. And through the years, I wound up creating what people say are really great rock songs. I wound up creating what people say are really great funk songs. I wound up creating what people say are great alternative rock and all in between. And um, so the genres that I do now, especially when it comes to my shows, I'm kind of all over the place, and it can be an entertaining watch, but it's frustrating when you go to market me for a concert because a lot of times, man, you know, people out there will say I'm multi-genre, and then when they sing rock, they sound so much better than anything else they do, or when they sing R&B, they sound so much better. I'm one of these kind of weird, rare dudes. I'm more like a Lenny Kravitz, where if I'm doing rock, it sounds like that's what I've always done. And if I'm doing funk, that's all, what I've always done. I'm not going to compare myself to Prince, but we have that in common, you know. Nobody who's heard Prince release "Let's Go Crazy" would ever think that he could sing an R&B song. But if you go back into his prior tracks, listen to the song "Do Me Baby," for example. There's some R&B slow songs that are as good as anybody out there. So I always try to just do what my heart feels when it comes to genres, and just, let it comes out in the wash. I'm fortunate enough to be able to do that, because when I do that, um, great product come out. Some people have to pigeonhole themselves. That's all they're capable of doing. But I'm lucky and fortunate that I've been at it long enough for me to put together something, worth hearing.
So you do basically, there's no particular one thing. It's whatever you feel, I guess, in the mood to do, you're able to do, whether it be rock or funk or rhythm and
Right.
blues. Right. You go by your
Right.
feelings. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. And the thing is, man, is that I'll sometimes hear artists say, well, I do what I want to do. I don't play for my audiences. That's not me, man. Like, I would like to do more rock, but rock anymore is turning into your parents' music, you know? Like, it's hard to get a look on radio with a great rock song unless you're kind of a group that's been out. If you're like, I don't know, if you're Bon Jovi or somebody, like if you're somebody that they've heard of, they'll gladly spin you a new song. But if you're a new artist and you're trying to rock, radio don't really pay you any attention. Okay. So I can't do rock as much as I like to do it. So I've got to do what's going to get my face in front of the most ears. And then when I do that, I could then say, well, while you're listening to this, now listen to that rock track I just did, or that R&B funk song I just did, you know? And so I've got to use all kinds of things to introduce people to maybe music they're not accustomed to running to first. And right now, that music happens to be rock, people aren't running to it first,
Oh, I see. So it depends upon the audience and your feeling, it sounds like. Yeah.
pretty much. Yes.
Who inspired you now as far as entertainers and singers and songwriters? Do you have any people who have really you look up to and have really inspired you?
Oh, yeah. Uh, it probably all roads lead to Earth, Wind, and Fire, really, for me, you know? I mean, I remember being a kid and um, they had a song out called Feelings. Feelings, happy feelings, happy feelings. And that caught my ear. Then out came Shining Star. And then some of these other hits. And I was just like mesmerized. Here was this band in an era where all the bands were being R&B and they're being funky and all that, but they were like doing jazz stuff with an R&B feel. And turns out they're just a fusion band disguised as a funk band that does R&B, you know? So it starts there from a music perspective. and how I structure my songs. And you know, the one thing I always liked about Earth, Wind, and Fire was their songs, you know, whether they were 3.5 minutes long or 4 minutes long, you got your money's worth by the time you heard it beginning to end. And then when it comes to performing, all roads for me start and end with Prince. Okay. Prince was a dynamic performer combined with that great musician thing. So when I watched Prince, man, when I was a kid and he came out with his first album, he had a hit called Let's Work. It had a cool bass riff on it. And I learned that and I was like, man, this dude, he's a great bass player. Then I come to find out his main thing is guitar. But as I start to kind of listen to Prince and I watch him on stage and watch him do his thing, and then I became enamored with how he just controlled audiences. And, you know, he didn't just get up there and stand at the mic and sing. One of the things that bugs me about a lot of artists now is that they do these concerts and they get halfway through choruses and turn the mic to the audience for them to finish it for them. I think it's okay to do from time to time, but you got artists doing it during verses. You got, I mean, Justin Timberlake took a lot of slack for it here recently. He got to where he's just up there dancing and the music's playing. And people are like, what am I paying a cover charge for? So that's a day where with Prince, he always sang the songs. And he tried to keep it true to the way the actual original track sounded. That's important to me, you know? And so, yeah, I say Prince. Rick James had a swag and a party atmosphere about him that I love. Rick James always looked like he was having fun. And I love that about him. And I got that from him. And I got his swag and his it's a show. You know, a lot of maybe listeners maybe do or don't know this, but Rick James started wearing braids because he wanted long hair, because he saw Kiss wearing long hair with long hair. And he came with the boots because the rock band Kiss was wearing boots. So, and then the Pyrotechs followed and somewhere in between. So, you know, I'm about putting on a show. When people come and see me, you're not going to get a guy sitting on a stool with an acoustic guitar singing the night away. I am all over the place, and I try to entertain people. And I got that entertainment aspect from Prince, but the swag and the entertainment from Rick James. And certainly my first influence kind of started with Earth, Wind, and Fire. I mean, the songs that they did, that All in All album, Magic Mind, the horn sections, the Vernon White on the bass is just unstoppable. There's a lot of people I picked up influenced along the way. Of course, I like the brothers Johnson. Louis Johnson's just crazy. Me, you know, God rest his soul. He's not with us anymore. But, you know, it's a lot of what I do is pulled from those guys because there's nothing new under the sun, as they say.
You have a very catchy stage name, Billy Ray Rock. Now, how did you come up with such a catchy stage name like that?
It's a great question. When I came out originally, I was a rapper. Okay, it's a rapper.
Okay.
It's back in the mid-'90s. Had a song called Booty Slide. Popular song, #1 in the Carolinas. It was during the booty shaking era. And when I first came out, I went by the name Do Ray. Okay, it's great. So I went and did a bunch of touring with that. And then when the gangster rap era set in, I thought, I want to continue to rap. So I changed my name from Do Ray to Handcuffs. And I ran around and did that for a while. So then I thought to myself, you know, man, I want to do dance music, man. I'm not a gangster rapper, not my thing. So I want to do EDM. I love house music, so I want to do EDM music. So I then changed my name to Day One, okay? And I wanted to be Day One, D-A-D-A-D-A-Y, then one, but so I changed to Day One, D-A-E-J-U-A-N, Day One. And I did that and made a series of, you know, extremely successful EDM house songs. Somebody crowned me the king of EDM at one point because I was just.
What does that stand for? EDM. What does that stand for?
Electric dance music.
Oh, it does. Okay.
Okay. And I'm glad that you're brave enough to ask because I'm sure you got listeners out there. It's like, what the hell is he saying?
Right.
So they're my pleasure to explain it to those folks as
Sure.
well. But so I did that, and that went on for a while. And I love that. The problem I had though, a lot of venues would book me thinking I was a DJ because that's what EDM artists do. They DJ. They DJ at festivals. I was like, I'm not a DJ, man. I show up and actually sing my songs.
I see.
So then I, got in some conflicts with booking agents. And they're like, look, man, you know, we want you to be a DJ. Just spin and I said, I can't do that, man. I thought, maybe I need to get away from this right now and go do rock. I've always wanted to do rock. And it's a horrific story, but it's true. So I thought, man, I want to do rock, but I can't do it by myself. So I'm going to go to a band, put a band together, and then we'll sing rock music and we'll blow this thing up. So I contacted a few people, didn't work out. This guy finally jumped out in Spokane, Washington. He said, hey, look, man, we see what you're doing. We're looking for a vocalist. He says, we got like 13, 14 songs. The music is already done. We just need lyrics. So what I did was I said, man, I could write those lyrics. I've been producing for years. So what I did was I live within proximity, a couple hours away. I said to him, I'll tell you what, man, I'll be your lead singer, and we'll kill it, man. He says, yo, absolutely. He says, but you live 2 hours away. So you know what, man? I'll drive back and forth. I'll write the lyrics. I'll drive back and forth 2-3 times a week. We did that. The band that I was lead singing for only had one guitar player. I then said to, the leader of the band, who was the bass player, I said, we need another lead guitar player. And he goes, no, we just got one, that's fine. Long story short, we practiced. I filled up, memorized, mapped out 13 different rock tracks. And they were pretty decent songs. And we were scheduled to play at a festival. A week before the festival, the leader of the band calls me up and says, oh, well, the guitar player quit. I said, okay, well, let's get another one. Well, I don't know. I just got a job at Home Depot making great money, and I just think I'm going to dissolve the band. Hey, but thank you.
Wow.
I'm like, excuse me? I spent all this time, day and nights, writing lyrics, 13 different songs, sweating, rehearsing, and you're telling me that's it? He goes, yeah, I'll tell you, bro. Sorry. So I was like, okay, man. All right. So I said, you know what, man? Screw you. So I walked away. I said, apparently I can't get, the band game is just what it was in high school, flaky people, baby mamas, band members quitting. So I said, I'm going to do my own solo act thing.
I see.
And I said, what am I going to call myself? Billy Ray. Well, there's another Billy Ray out there, Billy Ray Cyrus. Right. So if I go Billy Ray, every time somebody Google Billy Ray, he's going to pop up because he's more powerful than me, richer. So I need a last name. Well, Rock is the only name I could think of. It's easy to remember.
Right.
So I threw Rock. It has no other meaning than that. Doesn't mean I'm related to Chris. But there you go. It's a long throat answer, but there you go.
That's interesting. Thanks for sharing that with myself and our audience. That's very catchy. I like that. So you decided, from your experience, I don't blame you decided you're going to solo it then. You're not going to deal with me anymore.
Absolutely. Because I think, look, it's challenging sometimes. When I perform, I show up with my bass guitar and I sing it to track. I do a nice bass guitar solo during my act. I keep people. But when people talk to venues and the venue says, hey, man, we want to have you come and play, where's your band? I go, I don't got no band, it's just me. Well, I don't literally tell them that, but my management will tell them that. Right. And they go, wow, man, it's not a band. So they snarl at it. People who've seen my show, they're completely thrilled with what happens on stage. But, bands are hard to keep together. I got a band that's rehearsing now that I'm eventually going to bring in. It's an all-female band, and they're all going to be blonde. And, when they get it together, and it's going to be something to watch, okay?
So you're going to give it a try again on that. How did you find these female ladies, band members then? How did you find them?
Well, we auditioned, we put out a flyer out, we used the regular, Craigslist thing. And what we've been doing is rehearsing remotely.
Hmm.
And we've just not got the technology right in the last month or so. So we're able to put together like sound rehearsals as though I'm standing there next to them. Here I am 400 miles away.
Oh,
So what will happen is we will eventually, come together as a team, and we'll see how it all plays out. But a lot of venues, as you know, they don't really like people coming in, one guy. It just, I don't know. And I think it's more of a problem with the venue owner than it is the crowd. The owners are old school. They want a band.
I got you. Well, you got to do your best to give them what they want, of course.
Absolutely.
They're the ones that are the ones paying for it.
Yep, it's true. They're writing the checks.
Exactly. So you can do that. You can do that. So talk to me about your performances now. So you're doing a one man. Um, what venues are your favorite stand out? And also, where have you ever gone on tour? Have you any traveling? Tell me about any traveling you've done or any.
Sure. I don't have a favorite venue. I think the Princess Theater in Prosser, Washington was really nice. Um, I've had some bars that actually places that you wouldn't think be kind of good. There's a place called the Cooler out in Eugene, Oregon. I thought its setup was phenomenal. Um, but my performance, um, it takes you kind of on this journey. I mean, I come out and I do funk first, and then I slip into a little bit of like EDM dance music. Then I come out of that and there's one alternative rock song called Time Keeps On. Um, and then I just think I do the Cult of Personality song by Living Color because I think it's kind of cool every now and then to throw in something people have heard and they enjoy hearing. I don't do the whole song note, but again, that's kind of like my jump into rock music. Then the rest of my set is just funk, and I ended up with just some dance EDM stuff. I mean, I feel like when I perform, you know, the key to it is to keep people's attention. So when you watch my set, you don't see a lot of any whole songs. I asked myself this when I put my set together. Billy Ray, if somebody called you up and said, hey, we want you to come and perform at the Grammys, and you got 6 minutes, what you got? Now, I would not show up and do 2 songs, 3 minutes each. Because the problem with that is that if they hate the first song, well, they still got another 2 minutes and 30 seconds of cruelty left. And if they hate the second song, same thing. Okay. So I said, I'm going to I'm going to treat every show that I do like it's the Grammys. You got 6 minutes. Because you remember when you're at a bar or at a nightclub or the venue, nobody's going to run out and leave necessarily, but you're on a short rope. Right. You better get my attention, or I'm going to go take a piss break, or I'm going to go to my car and smoke a cigarette, but I'm not going to stand there and watch you.
Well, okay, yeah, all right.
My set is constructed like, would you check this out? Oh, you thought you were going to leave? I'm switching here. So I go from song to song to song to song to song to song. The first track I do about 1.5 minutes of it. That's an intro song. The next song runs for about 45 seconds. Then I jump to another song. That song runs for about 1:25. Then I jump to another song. So my set is designed for people with short attention spans, basically.
I see.
And I figure if I tune them to think things are going to change, they'll get that cadence will stay in play. So then when I step into a song and stay there for a while, they'll actually listen because it could change any minute. You can go to the next song. And
Well,
that's what I do.
Let me ask you something. Before you do your performances, do you have any performance anxiety at all?
Yeah, I get nervous. And I
Okay.
think you got to get nervous.
And how do you
'Cause
handle that? How do you handle that nervousness? How do you deal with that?
I just channeled it in focus, you know. I did a show years ago with SWV, SWV, okay, R&B female soul group for people out there that don't know. They had a few hits, nice ladies, but I opened up for them. And I performed at so many shows at that point. I was like, I don't care. I'm going to do my thing. They don't like me, they don't like me. I don't give a shit. And I got up there and pretty much got booed off stage
Really? Okay.
because I never really engaged with the crowd. I didn't look at anybody. To me, it was just another gig.
Okay.
And after that, I, learned that, look, you know what, man? You cannot be hitting the stage without some level of focus. And so now I've learned that when you get nervous, the way I channel it into what I'm doing, I think about a song that I struggle with the lyrics on and focus on trying to get that right. And that humbles me. It's like, dude, you think you're hot shit? You can't remember the second verse of your third song. Get it together, bro. And that's when I start kind of just dialing in.
Have you ever had a time where you forgot the words? You forgot the words of a song, or a guitar string broke, and if so, how did you handle that?
I was doing a concert. I think I was in Telluride, Colorado. And so this big stage. And I just finished watching a bunch of videos of George Michael. And he was doing that, I think it's the Monkey video. And why can't you do it? Why can't you set your monkey free? For people out there who don't know what song I'm talking about. Or there's a part, it's a concert footage on that video. There's a part where he starts sprinting across the stage and the crowd goes nuts. So I did that. First, I was in Colorado. I didn't know at the time that the air was way thinner. So I took off running across the stage, and I was supposed to stop and sing. I was so winded for the thin air,
Wow.
I forgot the lyrics. So I ran, I was like, and I got to the, I was like, I said, say ho. That was my big bailout. Everybody goes, somebody scream. I said, somebody scream. Woo! Yeah. Say ho. And of course, my sound man was looking at me like, what the fuck are you doing? That was my great handling of it, yeah.
Wow. And how did they respond when you did that? How did the audience?
Well, the audience didn't notice. The sound people and my tour manager was just like, what is the matter with you? I was like, I ran out of breath. And he says, so did you forget the lyrics? When you run out of breath, you tend to forget everything. I damn near passed out, brother.
Wow.
It's like, oh, man, okay. They had like oxygen tanks on the side of the stage for this stuff.
So
But
how did you come out of that? By forgetting, you forgot the lyrics. That's embarrassing. So how are you able to recover from that and finish the show without?
well, luckily for me, after the say holes and scream, the song kind of came to an end.
Oh, okay.
So I was like, okay, so how's everybody doing? How you feeling? And then I had, just to buy me some time to recover, I talked to the security and I said, I want to get some ladies up here to dance with me. Then they all came up. And so I was asking what was the name and all that. I was trying to catch my breath. I said, so yeah.
So in other words, you're trying to get away from what's going on and try to go into something else, asking the ladies to dance and try to get your breath and all that. That's what you're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I got you. All right. Because you felt like you felt embarrassed from the whole thing.
I did. It was embarrassing, but it was more embarrassing to the staff. The people in the audience, they never knew any different, But, they just thought I was just, engaging with the crowd back and forth. They weren't even looking at it like, oh, this guy's forgot his lyrics.
Do you have any? Let me ask you, in your shows, do you have audience participation? If so, how do you get the audience to participate?
Well, I do a tattoo song called I'm Tatted. And I'll ask people, hey, who's got the best tattoo? And people will start showing their tattoos. That's one way. With me, with the overall participation, I just play a maestro and just instruct them, you know?
Oh,
I found through the years that the value in having dancers behind you isn't so that you look like you're a team or looks like it's a show. I mean, that helps. But what you find when you play music that sometimes people have never heard of, they don't really know how to dance to it. They don't know if they should clap on one or clap on two. So when you got dancers, it basically serves as an instructional guide for them to do those things. And so having dancers helps me engage with people. You know,
so you ask them to get to dance the people there.
well, when I got dancers, they'll look at the dancers and follow their cue. But when I don't got dancers, which is a lot of the time, what I do to get people engaged is I'll clap, sure,
Okay,
like this.
okay,
Everybody, like this.
I got you.
Okay, throw your hands in the air like this. Throw your like I'll. It's like an instructional guide on how to party.
You'll lead them in a clap, and you'll get them to participate, or
Absolutely,
maybe you'll get them to do the wave or clap or whatever you're going to do.
or whatever. Yeah. My latest thing is when I do my EDM music, I'll throw a beach ball into the audience, and they'll just hit it around amongst themselves.
Okay,
You know,
I see. Well, it sounds like you have fun.
it's fun.
You want the audience to have fun, and you're having fun.
Absolutely.
Now, I asked when you do the shows. Now, do you do any meet and greets? Have people take photos of you or sign autographs? You do any of that? And if you
I
do,
do. I do it before the shows, like when I just go around town. And we do what we call street promotions, where we go into Walmart and places and I'll sign stuff and take pictures with people. Um,
that's good experience, good public relations. That's right.
yeah, you know, people see I'm just a nice, normal guy. And then when the show is over, I'll go into the crowd, take some more pictures and shake hands and, you know, it's a blast.
Have you ever had a time where you tried real hard to make a show work, gave it your all, and for some reason, no matter what you did, it didn't pan out? And if so, it's like Murphy's Law. If it didn't go wrong, it can and it will. If so, how did you deal with that?
I did a show in, I think it was South Dakota. And what happened it was when I was rapping. And what happened was there was a local rapper that wanted to play and open up the show.
Okay.
And I was cool with it, but the club owner didn't want him up there because that rapper had like a little group with him. There was just a bunch of thugs, basically.
Oh,
And he didn't want him in their bar. I was like, okay, I don't care. But the rapper, maybe the owner told him that he thought that the reason why he couldn't open the show up was because I didn't want him on the show. And I couldn't handle following him.
right.
So that night when I got on stage, I got booed off
You did.
because he brought enough of his friends and they just boo, 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 boo.
Wow.
And so what I did was I got like about halfway through my set and I've got a wide range of songs. So there's a particular song I do called Who That Smoking That Weed? Okay.
Okay.
And it's a funny song. And it goes, who that smoked up all my weed? And the chorus goes, that be your baby mama with a booty all thick like government cheese. That be your baby mama who freak you at the club till 3:45. That be your baby mama when it comes to drama, who got more? So that's the chorus.
That's kind
So
of catchy.
when I did the song, so let's do my baby mama. When I did that song, even though they wanted to boo me, they couldn't help but laugh at that song.
Okay. So in other words, you got them laughing and having a good time, being entertained. So
Absolutely. Yeah.
that way, they forgot about any negatives that might have come about.
Yep. Yep. I mean, off the stage, they're like, dude, man, I don't know what else she was doing. That baby mama song was fucking hilarious, bro.
You
I was like,
distract,
yeah, it's a cool song, man.
you entertain and distract them with your comedy. That's clever. That's really clever.
Yeah.
Very smart what you did. Okay. Um, how do you handle now? Okay, rejections in all aspects of life, especially entertainment. How do you deal and handle rejection yourself?
I mean, as an artist,
Yeah. Okay.
it's easier for me because I'm a producer.
Okay.
So when I send a song to somebody and they say we don't like it, I'm like, all right, I'll make another one in 10 minutes.
I see.
I can see how it's hard for a lot of artists who don't produce their own stuff because they feel like they take it uber personal. Okay.
Okay.
And they go, oh, not only do they not like my song, they don't like me and my soul and my perspective in it. No, they just don't like the song. But with me, because I can produce, I don't take it that deep because there's another one coming off the assembly line in 15 minutes.
I see.
Now, one of the things that do drives me nuts is when I do a song and I'm out, because I'm a professional stand-up comedian as well.
Oh, you are really?
Yeah, and I've done that for better than 20 years.
Is that right?
And oh yeah, I played headline the Punchline, the
What
Ice House in LA.
exactly, and how do you go about creating jokes, and how do you handle hecklers? Tell me about all that.
I know it. It's a lot more to tell, and we can certainly get into that. But when it comes to the rejection part,
Okay.
when I because I can put off something new, it doesn't bother me, you know.
I see.
I just move on to the next.
Okay. So in other words, you're producing yourself. Something doesn't pan out, you just write another one.
Yep,
Now, do you
pretty
prefer
much.
do you prefer cover songs or originals or both?
Originals.
You like the originals the
Yeah,
best.
yeah.
And so you're a songwriter, and you like probably like telling stories in your songs too, right?
They tend to sometimes, but you know, like I got songs, like I do a song called Time Keeps On, you know, and it's a really socially conscious song. There's families out there that's got nothing to eat because their daddy's locked up. He's been there for weeks, but the system don't care. They know. Too busy pointing fingers, don't give a damn. Social workers won't give more. But people cry and complain, yeah, they protest things. Church songs they sang, but it won't change. But it feels so strange. These political games keeps the money trained to the rich man. And that's a verse from that song.
Wow. It
And
sounds
that's
it sounds like it's a rap part music and part rap type of song.
It does, but it's an alternative rock song.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, and if you heard it with the music, you'd see what I mean. But
Right.
I say that to say this. Um, there's songs like that that tell a story of, poverty and, you know, then there's other songs that I do that they tell a story, but it's not one of significance.
I see.
I mean, yeah. So I kind of waffle back and forth. It depends on the genre. You know, when I do funk R&B, I'm not really telling a story.
No.
Like I know with the song I do called "Sexy People," it's telling people about me. Like a verse on that is "Rings, I don't bling, I don't even rap. But baby, I sing, but I do rock and roll. If you don't believe me, come to one of my shows. Funk is a part of my vibe. Since I arrived, I get a sexy high. You can ask one of my exes, they probably lie. Claim that I made them cry. Grown ass men, grown ass beats, grown ass dance, grown ass trees, race. I don't care. I don't share. It's
Oh,
just you
wow.
and me, country, ass. It goes on and on.
Well, you have a
So
special talent. You have the ability to write and rhyme and put it to music. Not just anybody can do that. That takes a
yeah.
special ability.
Yeah, it's a lot of development. I'm blessed to have it, brother.
That's fantastic. So you prefer okay, so I guess you do sometimes do some covers, but mainly you like to do more originals. I know
I do originals.
you have a
Yeah.
song coming out now on May 15th. You got one called I'm Happy.
Yeah.
How did you go about creating that song? That's a catchy song.
I'm happy what that song was. I felt like I was kind of inspired by the Pharrell Williams song,
Okay. Oh yeah.
because I thought, and that took me back to the Bobby McFerrin song, of course, from way back. Um, Here's a little song I wrote, that whole song. But anyways, I just because I've got a catalog for almost anything anybody could imagine. Okay, different genres, and I thought to myself, do I have an actual happy song? Like a song where all I sing about is just being happy. It's not socially conscious. It's not a club banger. Just being happy. And so I put together that song. My brother, who plays saxophone, who I mentioned earlier. Um, I wanted him involved in it. He's a real big man of faith. And there's songs I do that he's like, dude, I can't be on that song, man. My faith won't allow me to get into that. And I said to him, look, I'm doing a song about being happy. And he says, I can get down with that. So I did it. And it's always an honor to have him on anything I do. I'm a cheap imitator compared to that guy. That guy, he was doing this thing they call it circulatory breathing way back in the day. This is back in 19, I want to say 78-ish, 75, 77, 78, where he could just hit a note forever.
Wow.
And he would do it on stage for like 5 minutes. And I was like, that is crazy. And so flash forward to like 90, whatever it was, I'm watching Kenny G on Arsenio Hall, and he does it. I'm like, my brother was doing that shit fucking 20 years ago.
Really?
You know? So it just blows me away, the stuff that he was ahead of the curve in doing, his skill and playing. And with this Happy song, I was able to convince him to do a little solo in it. You know, because I'm happy. So the horn you hear in there is him. He's suffered a lot through the years with his physical ailments. So he's not even the horn player that he once was.
Oh, I see.
You know, so the horn player that he is now is still better than half of him out there. And he's still not half of what he used to be. So yeah, I was blessed to have him on there, but I love the song. And it just came about because I want to do a happy song.
I like that. That's a good theme.
Yeah.
Remember the Pharrells had the song Clap Along. Remember Clap Along?
I remember that. Clap along if you feel like the truth. Oh, yeah.
Real catchy.
Yes.
Happiness is a good theme. Hey, Jennifer Hudson on her talk show, she's got the Happy Place.
Mm-hmm.
And she has a Happy Place song on there. And that's
There you go. Yeah.
correct. Oh, yeah. And it's a positive. It's an upper.
It is. With all the
So much negative in the world. That's right.
negative. Yeah. It's like, man. And I was talking to Mike, my publicist, and, you know, he was kind of spearheaded the idea. We're like presented it to a movie producer for a soundtrack. And he said, this should be your next single. And I go, you think so? Oh, man, you got a lot of people fighting with each other. And he goes, yeah, but you're going into the summer, and people need a happy space to go to. They just can't watch the news and be stressed every day all the time.
That's what's nice about entertainment. Entertainment, you want to make people smile, lift them up, and support them. Let them have fun. Let them forget about all the negative.
Absolutely.
You're always going to find the negative. It's all over the news.
Yep.
But
100%.
Entertain. You want to be entertaining, have a fun time, lift people up, inspire them, and make them smile and make them happy.
Yep.
That's important. People can then escape all the, when they do that, can escape the. I mean, it's all going to be there anyway. The news.
Yep.
But they can escape it when they see you perform.
100%. Yeah.
You're giving your mind, body, heart, and soul, giving everything that you have when you're.
Yeah. And that's the idea for me, is to take people away. Let's just for a minute get away from the stuff, man. Let's dance and have a good time. You know.
You can write a song called the Escape Song.
No kidding.
That's a cute title, isn't it? Yeah.
Hey, not bad.
Right. Now, I'm not a songwriter, but I'm just saying that's just, I can be creative a little bit.
Yeah,
I
absolutely.
wonder how you go about writing songs now. Do you say words first or music first? And how do you get your ideas and get inspired to write the songs? Because not just anybody can do that.
I typically do music first, and I let the music take me where it's going to go.
Oh, I see.
That's what I do. I mean, unless I come across a particular theme, and then I'm like, hey, then I go pair some music to it. But rarely does that happen, because everything I'm thinking of, somebody has already done it. So, and I'm always trying to find ideas that are different from what's out there.
So how do you come up with music first? How do you come up with ideas to inspire you to write the songs?
Well, I'll do the music, and then I'll say to myself, okay, this is a good beat, and I try to figure out what type of song will this music turn into be. Because I've done music before and thought this is going to be the party anthem of the year. Then it turned out to be this slow groove, thought-provoking track, So what I'll do is I'll do the music, then I'll come up with the chorus.
Oh,
If the chorus is a particular energy, let's say if it's a party energy on the chorus, and then I come back with verses to kind of support that.
okay.
And then I'll come up with generally like a third part breakdown vamp, whatever you want to call it, to put on the tail end of it to kind of cap it off. But generally, none of that happens until the chorus and the verse is done. You know.
Verses, huh? Music first, then chorus, and verses. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Wow. Every songwriter and every performer, it's different. One may do it one way, someone else may do it some other way.
Yeah. It's true.
My last
Yeah.
guest has his own studio. Yeah, boy, he's doing everything. You name it. And I had him on second time now.
Oh, okay. Right on.
Phenomenal. He really was
Yeah.
something. Oh yeah, yeah. Anyway, um, have you ever auditioned for anything? I mean, I know you produce your own, but have you ever had to audition for anything? And if you did, and if you didn't get the role, how did you react? How did you feel? How did you handle it?
Well, I did a lot of different types of auditions, but most of them I have to do with movies and television. Um, there was a buddy of mine when I was years ago. His name is Roger Rod. He's probably watching this from South there somewhere. A great guy. He told me once, he says, you know, what you got to do when you go to an audition, you got to write down what you wore and write down what the audition was for and forget about it. And I thought, why would I want to do that? He goes, because most of them you go to, you're not going to get. But if they call you back, you want to show up with the same outfit if that's what worked for you.
I see.
But he said, then forget about it. And I've auditioned for stuff. I've tried to get on the TV show Survivor now for I think like a dozen times or something. They can't crack the code. But I've done auditions for them. I've tried to get on Big Brother. Did some auditions for them. No go. I've read for stuff. I've had some successes. I was in the movie Boys in the Hood. I
Oh,
was in Sons of Anarchy.
oh, really?
I was in Blade 2. I
Oh,
was in Natural Born Killers.
so you do some acting also?
I
Okay,
did some acting, and I was in the season 5 of Yellowstone.
really?
So I've done a lot of stuff, man. But I've had a lot of people I've shown up and auditioned for, and they just out, go away. I've got sitcoms and shows that I'm actually writing right now that I'm hoping to get picked up. So it's an ever evolving process.
So basically, you just move on to the next one. If you get a disappointment, try not to
Yeah,
pull up on the deck.
short memory.
Change it. That's right. Move on to the next. Right.
Yep, it's like the quarterback that throws the interception. Just got to just
There you go.
keep on doing it, man.
Right. Have you ever worked with any celebrities? So tell me,
I have, you know.
met with or worked with any celebrities? Yeah.
You said what was it like working with them? You said
Have you ever met with or worked with any celebrities? Yeah. What was it like? And
I, I,
any
I have. I don't want to get any names, but
no?
I have. And you know what I find about them? That a lot of them just tend to have in common. They don't really like talking about themselves. Okay, because they do interviews just like the interview we're doing now,
Right.
8, 10 times a day.
Okay.
So they're sick of talking about themselves.
Okay.
Now these are established celebrities for this one. So whenever I talk to somebody who's been around for a while, I'll talk about everything but them.
Okay.
And they're like, okay, this is a cool dude to talk to. But when I get around somebody who's just kind of blown up, just has some success, they love talking about themselves.
I got you.
So you just got to kind of measure it. Usually when I talk to them, I kind of throw out bait to see if they're going to run with it. I will ask them, so how do you feel about this? And if they say, but hey, you know what? A buddy of mine just got this car, man. It runs great. That means he's a guy that doesn't want to talk about himself. But if you say, how do you feel about this? You go, well, it makes me feel kind of strange. You know, the other day I was thinking, would I be the pivot? Then that's a guy that wants to talk about himself. So, I mean, depending on what you're trying to do with that celebrity, like if you're trying to do business with them, you want him to walk away feeling like he can comfortably talk to you.
Right.
You
So can you
know?
mention any names that stand out that's of celebrities that you've met or worked with at all?
Yeah. The character from Yellowstone, Wes, um, I worked with, been around him. There's some other people that I've worked with. I mean, Woody Harrelson, I hung out with when we did Natural Born Killers. I spent some time around Ice Cube when the Boys in the Hood thing happened. I was on the show The Mayans, which is the same producers from Sons of Anarchy. So I hung out with some different people on that show that are worth mentioning. It's
Are there any out of your experiences that stand out that you really remember and really enjoyed?
not really.
No? Okay. Okay.
These guys are really close to the vest with what they say. Nothing really,
No.
I think my mind shakes out, just deletes negative interactions or something. But,
Okay.
you know,
What about now? Have you talked to me about any uh, television, radio, local theatrical plays and productions, and even podcasts that you've been involved in, work with that you worked on, and tell me about your ones that stand out and your favorite experiences.
well, I've done a lot of podcasts.
Yes,
So there's not one that really stands out. I think this is probably one of the better ones
thank you.
because a lot of times you talk to people in podcasts, they're so busy trying to be funny
Right.
that there's not any information whatsoever that comes out of it.
Well, you know,
And
okay, I wanted to say, excuse me.
sure,
The podcasts are very, I mean, especially in 2020, when there was a pandemic, it became very popular. That people can listen because a lot of people are staying in because of the pandemic, and it's still
yeah,
popular today.
sure,
But on podcasts, you can only hear it, right?
yeah,
The show I'm doing is better than a podcast because you're not limited just to hearing it. You can also visually see it and hear it
sure,
both. So it's really a video cast. But people are creatures of habit, and when you tell them it's a video cast, they say, "Well, it's a great pod." They go right back to the podcast because they're so comfortable.
sure, yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's right.
absolutely, yeah. And look, by the way, these other guys, I don't really, besmirch them for being funny.
Right,
The problem I have with it is they chew up a lot of time off the clock talking about themselves.
right.
And so I never really get a chance to
Mm.
have a lot of input.
Well,
And this,
I'm glad that you like this. That you think this is one of the better ones. Good.
right, and that's why I feel like this is one of the better ones because
What
people
is
who
it about
follow
this?
me,
I'm curious.
well,
What
people,
is it about this one that makes you feel that it's better? I appreciate that. Thank you.
absolutely, it's very well deserved because what I think makes this better is that it allows me to finish my thought.
Okay.
For people who love my music or even want to get to know me as an artist, they
Right.
can actually hear me finish what the heck I'm saying.
I got you.
And what happens is, I feel like the questions that you're asking spark thoughts of stories that people might be interested in hearing.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm trying to ask good questions that I think that our audience would like, and also that you
Sure,
as an artist would identify with and like.
absolutely,
Well, that's important. That's important. Okay, so
absolutely.
you've been on many podcasts. You've been on, I guess, television, radio, maybe some theatrical productions or plays. Or talk to me about some of the ones that you've done, the ones that stand out. Your favorite. What is there about them you like?
Well, as I said, I think yours is one of the better ones, but there's other ones that I've
Okay.
talked to. Um, what I've liked about them, like I did one with I don't remember the name of them, but they said to bring your favorite album, you know, or information about your favorite album ever, and we'll discuss it. So I
Okay.
thought that was a good one because it allowed me to deep into the history of music in my head
Oh. Okay.
and to express what I liked about those songs from way back when.
Oh.
Um,
Well,
and
okay. What was the name of the show? What was the name of it?
oh God, I can't remember the name of it. Like I do for like two or three a day. I
Now,
man,
this
forget
was this a
about it.
was this a podcast you're talking about?
It was a podcast, yes.
Okay. What about television shows? Any particular ones that you've done, or radio that you've done, or
I've done some radio. I haven't done any television interviews.
no?
Um, I haven't. I've done a lot of radio interviews.
Yeah.
And radio interviews are kind of interesting because a lot of it depends on what time of day it's done. Like when I do morning shows, I don't really like them because the DJs in morning shows, they all think they're comedians and they're not.
Okay.
And they say a lot of stuff that's cornball. They all sound like radio station DJs. Hey, KSSS. There's a lot of that.
Right.
And so you don't even feel like you're talking to a real person, you
Oh,
know? So that's kind of my issue with a lot of them. Not all of them. The DJs that I've interviewed with that are in small towns tend to sound like that. The ones in bigger, more urban areas tend to talk like a normal person. And so, yeah, I mean, that's in a nutshell, you know. But there's none. I had one interview I did years ago in the Tri-Cities up in the Northwest. And the DJ was dating the news girl.
oh,
And so in between commercial breaks, they get into these couple spats.
oh.
And we'd be doing a commercial break and they'd be arguing back and forth. And he'd be, honey, you know I love you. You know I love you. You know, hang on for a sec. KCSS, we're here with more news. And then I'm just like, Jesus, man, I don't know if I can take this. But that went on the entire, it was like an hour and a half.
You're mixing different for pleasure. That's not
Exactly. Yeah. So it's just like, man, this is
Mm.
not good. They kept it off the air. I'll give them that. But,
That's a good way to lose your job. I mean, it's just not a good idea to mix
yeah, that was my thought. But, you know,
Right. Well, each to their own, right? Different strokes for different folks. But
there you go.
it's not professional. No, it's not a professional.
No, it's not.
It's good to keep it separate.
Yep. 100%.
There you go. So you don't remember? I don't know if you remember the names of any radio shows at all. You've been on many of them, so I don't know if you remember it.
I don't. Yeah, there's so many. I can't even,
I got
you
you.
know.
Have you ever done any theatrical performances or plays or theatrical?
No. In high school, Fiddler on the Roof,
Yeah, you did. Okay.
the big fish, eat the little fish.
You've had some very interesting experiences. What
Yeah,
about any touring now? Have you ever gone on a tour or any particular favorite venues that just stand out for you?
I have. I've been on tour for years. And no venues stand out. I mean, people are people are people.
Right.
I find that when you're a guy and you go on tour, when you get to the point to where you are no longer enamored with getting laid, then the tours look a little different.
I would say.
So I've been in this game for a while. And then when you get to the point to where you figure out that all women have the same body parts,
Okay.
they do. I mean, they're just in different packages. And the only real difference from one female to the next is how you feel about them. Do you have emotions in one versus the other? And when you sort that out and you're touring, it gets a lot simpler, you know? Because what happens now is when they schedule your tour itinerary up, it doesn't revolve around catching women. It revolves around sound check, and it revolves around meet and greets. It revolves around other things.
Right. I got
And when you figure that out, life gets a lot more easier on tour. I don't know that it necessarily gets more fun,
you. I see.
but it does get more fun in the sense that you can see women more clearly now. And some women don't know how to handle it when you can see them clear like that.
I got you.
Because they're used to you being, oh my God, I can't believe, look at the tits on her. Now when you're not doing that, they're like, wait. How come these aren't working for you? You're like, because they're boobs and everybody has some. And they're like, oh, but who do you think you are? You're like, I don't know, some guy that seen boobs before. I don't know. What do you know? So when I tour, it's a lot simpler now, you know. I can see a lot clearer,
You can.
and and it makes for it's interesting, you know.
Are there any particular places on your tour experience that stand out that you remember where you went and you really enjoyed?
Probably Florentine Gardens in LA. It's not that anymore,
Oh,
but it's the same place where they filmed The Bodyguard with Whitney Houston at all
oh,
the concert scenes. And that place was a beast. I did that with a good friend of mine, DJ Juanito.
mm,
And man, that place holds like 3,500 people, I think.
wow.
And it was a learning experience. I went there, performed there, but I think that's as long as I've ever spent in a green room, dressing room. I was in a dressing room for about 3.5 hours waiting to get on stage.
It's a long time.
And they had a line of other artists. Um, that's a place that really goes all night. I think I hit the stage at 3 in the morning or something.
Mm,
Place was packed.
it was.
I think it had like 3,000 people in it. I had dancers behind me jumping around. It was something else. I remember when we came out backstage to get into the limo, the sun was up. I remember that.
Mm.
But that was probably in terms of an indoor venue, the most fun and massive.
Now, what is that the largest as far as your performance when you perform amount of people that you've ever performed in front of, or is there any other ones that were larger?
I did bigger ones. Um,
How many people do you think you would?
oh man, I did one about 20,000, 25,000.
Wow, well, that must have been exciting. Yeah.
That was something. I think I was the Barclays Center. I forget. But anyways, yeah, it was a big. But when you play big venues like that, what happens is, even though it's bigger, you can't see past like the 10 or 15th row or something.
And where was that at now? The one with the 35,000 people. Where was that at?
It's 35. I think it was 35,000. I forget.
Where was that? Where was that at? Oh,
I can't remember. I'm trying to think right now.
you don't remember? Okay, okay.
Well, because a lot of these stadiums they have different sponsors and they change the name. What was Staples Center is now .com Center. You know what I mean? So you don't
It's not. Yeah, it's not Staples. It's
something else now.
crypto.com is where.
Crypto.com. That's what it is.
That's where it used to be Staples. That's right.
Right.
That's
So a lot of these venues have changed their names, so I can't remember
right.
what it was.
Crypto.com. They bought out Staples Center. That's what happened.
Yeah, sure did. Yeah.
What's the least amount of people that you've ever performed in front of?
Oh man. Trying to think. I did a gig. I don't even remember where I was. Was it Iowa somewhere? And they had a tornado warning
They did.
before the gig happened.
Oh,
And so by the time I got on stage, I think there was probably 30 people in the audience.
not very many. Okay.
And I was contracted to play. So I got up there and did my thing.
Okay.
But there's just a lot of staff and family members.
Now that one of 30, okay, 35 is that your all-time favorite? As far as all your performances, which was the best? Is that the best, or is there some other one that comes to mind that was your best place where you had a lot of people and you really love what you're doing and you had a great reception? What is your
I
favorite?
was in Portland in a venue. It's probably the best. And I don't remember the name of the place, but it was a club. I think it held like 700 or 800 people.
Nice.
And then people were just, I left the stage, there was all Billy Wright, Billy Wright, Billy Wright, Billy Wright.
Boy, that must make you feel great.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. And I went back out and did another song. And
Wow.
yeah, it was something else.
Took your bows. That's phenomenal.
Yeah, pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, that must make you feel like $1,000,000 when you do that.
It does, and you hope for those moments. But one thing I've learned is that for those moments to happen, it takes a lot of things falling into place and a lot of work. It takes for the radio station to be giving your song the airtime. It takes for the venue to offer the concerts, the promoters to offer the tickets at a reasonable price. It takes for you to have this happening on a weekend where people are actually able to make it out without other things going on to distract them. So there's a lot of things falling into place for those nights, So when it happens, I just try to enjoy it.
What is your typical day as a singer and songwriter for you?
Well, I wake up. I do voice exercises. I do voice exercises. Um, I I'll give you from the purview of when I'm preparing for a tour. Um, I wake up. I do voice exercises. I take off running. I run for about probably about a half hour. I get on my bike for about 2 or 3 miles. Come back. I go and jump and sing my entire set. I come back from that. I after I sing my set, I put in about an hour on my bass guitar, just working on some techniques. Um, and somewhere during all this, um, if I come up with some new idea for a song or a beat, I go to my studio, I hammer it out, then I take a nap.
Boy, you're a busy guy.
Yeah, that'll happen probably 3, maybe 4 times a week.
You don't have time to be bored. You've got too many things. Too many irons in the fire. That's right.
Too many.
Now, Michael Stover. Now he set up the interview. I know he's a management company, has a record company, and he also represents people like yourself. You know, artists,
Yep.
singers, and songwriters, and all kinds of people in the entertainment business. And how did you go about meeting Michael Stover? I want to give a shout out to him because he really is fantastic. Michael Stover. I've had many shows because of him. He's fantastic. He really is great.
Well, I was just going about my day, and he posted something about an artist he was working with,
He did.
and I think it was I forget, it was something, some release or an interview, congratulations or something like that. Just popped up on my timeline. So I sent him a text message and said, "Hey, look, man, I'm a producer artist. I'd love to see what you got going on." So we spoke. He said, "Look, this is who I am. This is what I do." And I thought, I'll see how this is going to help me. He says, "Look, man," he says, "I don't care who you are or how great you are or think you are. If nobody's heard of you, it doesn't matter."
Right.
And I was like, "Well, I suppose that's true." And he goes, "So what I do is make sure people have heard of you. I'll put you in front of eyeballs." So I tried everything else. I spent day and night trying to reach out to people. Please put me on your show. Please this, please that. I signed up with them, and it's been nothing but great things since.
So exactly what is he doing for you then as a publicist?
He puts me in front. He got me this. Put me in front of you.
That's
He
great.
puts me in front of a lot of podcasters and radio interviews, and I get a lot of things coming my way. Opportunities to get my song on in movies and soundtracks, and it's a lot of stuff he does. He carries a lot of weight.
He's
You know.
promoting. He's doing a great job promoting is what he's doing.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he prefers doing everything on email type of things. I did talk to him once. He really doesn't like to be on the phone. It sounds like it's more like a email type of thing. But he is a go-getter. He's real positive and he's reliable,
Yeah,
and
100%.
he loves what he's doing. And I'm
Yep.
really glad. I'm glad that I was able to make the contact with him.
Yeah, great guy.
He's a success. He's a winner.
Yes, he is.
Yeah. I just thought I'd like to mention him, give him proper credit.
Of course, shout out to Mike. Yeah, Mike does his thing, man. No question about it.
Yeah.
Blessed to know him. Blessed to be represented.
Oh yeah.
Um,
I think that's fantastic. So
yeah,
he's doing a great job for you then, Billy Ray Rock.
yeah. Thank you, brother. Yeah.
You mentioned about you like what I'm doing, and you're an easy guy to talk to too.
Thank you, man.
I
Appreciate
feel
it.
like even though I'm just meeting you the first time, it's as if I've known you a longer time. I feel comfortable with you.
That's awesome. That's awesome, man. Appreciate it, brother. Appreciate it.
Well, you're welcome.
Yeah.
You gotta enjoy what you're doing. If you don't love what you're doing and it's not in your joy, you're in the wrong business. You better do something else.
Gotta love it, bro. You gotta love it.
I can tell.
Gotta love it, man. I love every minute of it, man. I was playing with a buddy of mine years ago, and we were doing a comedy show or whatever, and we were in Battle Mountain, Nevada, and he was bombing on stage.
Really?
And he said on stage, he says, "Man, I keep thinking to myself, the next show is going to be better. Wouldn't it be weird if this was the highlight of my career?"
Mm.
and I didn't even know it. And he went on and said, that's why you got to enjoy your moments. You never know if the next one's going to come. And I've lived with that mantra for a lot of years now. So, I might be doing this interview with you. And if I'm thinking, well, I can't wait till the next one, it's going to be way better. Could turn out this is as good as ever going to get.
This is fantastic.
But you got to enjoy it, brother.
Well, yeah,
Got to
I love what
enjoy
I'm
it.
doing. I enjoy trying to prepare myself the best I can when I
Yeah,
do shows for each person. Each person's an individual, and they have their opinions, and
absolutely.
they deserve to be treated with. If you're going to interview someone, listen. Be a good listener.
No
Talk,
question.
ask good questions, and
Yep,
you treat people the way you want to be treated. That's for sure.
yep, 100%.
That makes sense. It all makes sense. Yeah. So anyway, I was wondering, do you do any music on your music videos? Do you produce any music videos?
Just about all of my videos I did.
You do.
I
Any?
recorded it, I edited it. Because
Okay.
a lot of those videos I did a shit ton of them during COVID.
Okay.
And
And
so,
any ones that you've done or are going to work on that stand out in your mind that you really?
oh man, look, there's a video I did called "Change the World,"
Oh, okay.
and it is one of my favorite. I'm tell you what's special about that video. What I did was, it's got a lot of socially conscious stuff in it, but what I did was I went out next to a mountain and I sang the song when the sun's out.
Yeah.
Then I waited until it snowed. I went to the same spot on the same mountain and sang it with the snowstorm.
Really?
So during the video, when I go like this, it's switching from the snow background to the non-snow background. People think it's special effects and AI. I froze my ass off making that video.
Yeah. Where was that at?
That was done in a little town called Asotin, Washington, out here near Spokane, Washington.
Oh, really?
And so that's one video that I'm extremely proud of. But I've done other videos. There's this video I did called "Who That Smoking That Weed?" I think is a good one. Where it just has a lot of different people smoking weed and all that, but I think it's creative. Four Fingers Get Up I think is a very creative video. What I like about that one is I do the whole thing where there's three people, there's me flipping their wrist, you know. So I like that. So it's just there's videos, there's a rock song video that I did called "You're Irresistible." And it's kind of an alternative rock. And it's just me jumping around with my guitar and different shots and the trench coat around an old abandoned house. So, I mean, I've got a lot of, here's this video that I did that I think is crazy creative. I don't think it's enough mention. It's called "Had a Good Woman."
Oh,
And what I did in that video, throughout the entire video, I list out all the women, not all of them, but most of the women that I've dated and why the relationship didn't work out.
okay.
And it features a guitar solo by an incredible guitar player named Christopher Holmes. So I love that song, "Had a Good Woman." And there's the kick to that video at the very end. There's this blonde chick that it says that I dated, and it goes, the reason why we broke up, says she was a Dallas Cowboy fan.
So what was the name of the song you're talking about that you did? What was called this music video?
Had a good woman.
Oh, Had a Good Woman. Okay.
Had a good woman. Had a good woman.
Oh,
Now she's gone.
oh,
Yeah, it's so there's videos out there. "Walk Your Walk" is a good one. It's me having a good time. It's got, my two kids at the end of it when they were little. They're teenagers now. I'm just thinking, I got a lot of videos.
you have a lot of them.
Here's one that I'm really proud of. I'm Bringing Rock Back. That's one. And what I do is I mention I think it's over 47 different rock bands in it, in the lyrics.
Oh,
And then I've got clips of all those rockers in the video.
really? That's
And like a verse is Aerosmith, "I Rock Limp Bizkit." AC/DC, Green Day with I rock so hard, I make your neck snap. I use 808 to make you feel trapped. I'm classic like Fleetwood Mac. Foo Fighters, I'm all about that. Got corn in my soul, don't feel old. I'm a rock Limp Biscuit with some Rolling Stones. Then
Oh,
Lizzie, Bon Jovi, turn the up, and go on and on and on.
boy, that takes.
Yeah, it's a lot of. It's
You're
a very interesting listen. I mentioned so many bands in that
a
video.
professional all the way around. I mean,
Yeah,
you really know your craft. You really have
yeah, I
a
try, man. I really do
talent.
try.
I mean, that's
Yeah,
something you either have or you don't have, and you obviously have it.
yeah. I give it a shot. I try, brother. I try.
How many, ask you, how many albums and singles and LPs have you, what you say you've produced in your
Well,
career, and how long?
singles. I've probably done about 20 albums, I suppose, through the years.
Oh,
Singles, I've done thousands of songs,
wow,
honestly. Then a lot of them never made it to print. A lot of them never released because life happens. And, at the time when I was doing a lot of these songs, you couldn't release them. Streaming didn't exist.
I see.
So you could only release them via cassette. And if you release them, where are you going to put them to sell? The warehouse, tower, they weren't going to just let anybody put their stuff on the shelf back then. You need a record label. So it's.
Things change. That's right.
Yeah,
What is popular one minute may not be popular the next. That's right. In and out.
exactly true. Yep,
Out of all
true.
your entertainment ability, I mean, you've done some acting also in comedy, from what you're telling me, and producing and singing and songwriting. Which is your favorite one? Is it producing songs? Is it recording songs in your recording studio, or even in-person appearances, or anything that is your favorite that stands out? And what is it and why? Would you say?
Live shows, because somebody said this to me once, and I said, comedy is something I'm really good at. Music is something I'm passionate about
I see. Okay.
because music is a part of my soul. When I perform live, it's a way to express what I'm feeling. I can't do that with comedy, you know?
I got you. So in-person appearances, that's what's your favorite. That was
Yes.
my favorite performer. Elvis Presley was he missed the closest of a live audience. Uh, After he got out of the music contracts, he was able to get back on performing
Yeah.
in Las Vegas, and
Yeah.
unfortunately, we had a chance to meet him. The concerts were really sold out, but that's how he felt, the same way you feel.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fun.
Live concerts is the way to go.
Well, yeah, because you get to experience the crowd of how they to make their try to make the crowd respond in a positive manner.
Yeah.
They give their feedback to you, and you send out the feedback, and then they receive it, and then they give it back to you. It's back and forth.
So true. So true. It's a game we play with our audience.
That it is. There you go. Well, let me ask you now, Billy Ray Rock. If you had to do anything over again in your life and your career, would you do anything differently?
um, Probably would not have moved to the city.
You wouldn't have moved to the city. Okay.
I'll tell you why.
Yeah. Why?
My kid's mom just passed away New Year's Eve from cancer.
Your kid's mom?
Yeah.
Your wife? Oh,
Yes.
oh, I'm sorry.
That's my wife. Yeah.
Certainly offer my condolences and my sympathies. I'm sorry about that.
Hey, man, I appreciate that.
Mm,
But we moved here so that the kids could grow up in a safer area because we were living in California. And she went to work for a company that makes bullets out here. A lot of radioactivity shit around.
She makes what?
And
Excuse me, I didn't
she
hear.
went she went to work for a company out here that makes bullets.
It makes bullets?
Yeah.
You mean like ammunition for guns?
Ammunition, yeah. Yep.
Oh, Okay.
federal contracted to do it, the whole thing, right?
Oh, okay.
And um, she, I believe, she believed it too. She basically got it from working there.
She got what? Cancer? Did you say?
I think she got the cancer from there. There are people who worked there while she was there
Mm,
who basically got it and died while she was still working there.
really? Oh boy.
And so she got it. She fought it for 4 or 5 years,
Mm,
and it finally just was just too much.
nice.
So if I had to do anything over, I would have probably still left California, but I would not have come here.
Oh, you wouldn't have.
Now, so your hindsight's 2020. You know,
Gotcha.
I mean, we left there because we want to be safe. For all we know, if we stayed there, something horrific could happen to one of our kids. We'd be thinking, well, we should have left.
Don't you
You know,
currently live in Idaho, right? You live in Idaho?
I live in Washington by the Idaho border.
Oh, on the border of Idaho.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's if I had to do anything different, I'll probably, like again, man. I mean, I believe when it's time for you to go, it's time for you to go. I think maybe if we hadn't moved here, maybe she gets T-boned by Big Rig or something. You know what I mean? Like, I believe when it's time to go, it's time to go.
Nobody really knows. I mean, you live these
You
days
don't know.
your last. You never know when your last going to go about. I say go for your dreams and take your vacations. Because
Absolutely.
when it's over, you want to say you did it your way and as full life as
Absolutely.
possible. And
Right.
you went out with a smile. You had a full, complete life.
Yeah, 100%. And
So,
that's how she felt. She's like, look, the kids are safe.
mm,
I got a daughter that's going to go off to college here
right.
in a few weeks.
I see.
Terrific girl, 4.0 grade average, full ride academic
Very smart.
scholarship. I
Very
got my son who's, straight A's, 4.0.
Your kids are
He's hoping to get
smart.
picked up by D1 school for football. He's like 6'2", runs like the wind.
Boy, they're both very smart.
So yeah, so you go, I think that we're okay. We're going to be okay.
I got
But yeah, but to answer that question, yeah, probably would not have moved up here. Have to
you.
do it again.
You would have done it differently. Okay.
Yeah.
What do you think about the current entertainment shows that are on? Do they think they give you much? You get much value? People are trying to make it entertainment. Whether it be on, it could be America's Got Talent, it could be X Factor, The Voice, or even American Idol. Those are the modern talent shows
You know,
right now.
it's funny you should ask because there's a lot of entertainment shows out there. And here recently, we're putting together some tour dates. And a buddy of mine came with the idea. He says, because I was telling him that I'd like to have an opening act. I'd like to get somebody else a chance to do some gigs and exposure. And we heard from a girl who was on one of the American Idol shows.
Okay.
And I forget her name. But anyways, her manager jumped in and said, yeah, she'd love to open up for you. And then my people put together posters because they said they're all in. And then after about a day, they reached back, no, we don't want to play. They said, quote, it's not their vibe. Okay. So I guess what I'm trying to say is this. There are a lot of those shows out there that have a lot of people who propose to want to blow up and be a vocalist and an artist. But there's a lot of them that don't want it as much as they claim.
Okay.
And we're still with the idea, let's get somebody who was on one of those shows to come out. They can open up the show. In fact, the fact that they've been on one of those shows, it's a great marketing tool for the tour as a whole. If we can say, hey, we got a former Idol contestant or former The Voice contestant, people will come out, and check them out. But the problem you got is since we've done a limited search, we can't find anybody that wants to tour that's been on any of those shows.
No.
So if anybody's watching a show and you audition, you feel like you can sing and all that, and you didn't get on their show, we'd love to hear from you. See what you got. If you got a few songs, we'll put you up, man, and let you do your thing every night on our tours.
Mm.
But I think those shows help. But I think, honestly, technology has hurt music and entertainment a lot because you got people out there. Used to be, if you went to a studio and you had money and you said, I want to make a hit record, the engineer and the producer in there heard you sing and go, okay, dude, you got to work on your singing lessons. Come back to me and we'll try it. And maybe you worked on it, but maybe you went back to your job at Walgreens. But it caused you to at least stop and figure out what the hell you're doing. Now with Pro Tools and all that, and not to mention auto-tune, people sit in their closet and they come out thinking that they're ready for the world. They don't know music. They don't know about verses and choruses and bars and flat and sharp and progressions and chord progressions, things. And they go out there, but they don't even go out there. What they do is they package up their little crappy music, their songs that nobody needs to be hearing, and they flood record labels' emails with them, and they flood the streaming services with them. So there's so much crap out there. When somebody jumps in that's actually got a quality song, they don't get the shine. That's what I think.
So do you think they have value, or you think that they help, or they don't?
I don't think they help,
You don't?
honestly. I think they clog up the system more than they
Oh,
help what's going on out there.
I got you.
Because there's nobody there to moderate it. So it's just
Right. Is there anything that now? Is anybody you'd like to open up for? Any artists?
probably get a kick out of opening up for Bruno Mars.
You would. Okay.
I mean, historically, I'd love to open up for like some of my funk heroes, like Confunction or Earth, Wind and Fire or somebody.
I see.
But in terms of like modern day artists, yeah, it's a short list because there's not a lot of actual bands out there. Kind of, Bruno Mars, nobody else really moved the needle.
What about collaborate? Is there anybody you'd like to collaborate with?
I like to do some stuff with Dr. Dre. There's a few people out there. Pharrell would be an interesting person to collab with.
I see.
Yeah. Pharrell Williams, sorry.
Oh yeah, the one that did the clap song, right?
Yeah, that's him.
Yeah, he's very talented. Do you have any present projects right now, Billy Ray Rock?
Well, I'm working on a sitcom
Yeah.
that I'm hoping to get picked up.
Okay.
I can't say much about it because somebody will steal my idea.
Spoiler alert. Okay, right.
So I can't do that, but I'm working on that. I've got 2 or 3 more singles that are going to roll out after I'm happy.
Okay.
And that's about it, man. I mean, I'm just keep grinding and
right. So the sitcom. Are you working on writing original material for a sitcom?
I've got it written out already. We're just trying to find a streaming service to pick it up.
And then you're going to work on some singles. That's what you're telling me.
And I got some singles that I've worked on that I'm going to release. And with those releases is going to come videos. Like I did a video for I'm Happy just to throw something together and have out there.
I see.
But the next song I'll put some more work into it. I don't like putting that much work into videos anymore because people don't watch them. When the song blows up, then they go back and watch the video. It used to be the other way around.
Oh, I see. After it blows up, okay.
Yep.
Okay. Now, do you have any future dream projects you really haven't done that you're really considering doing in the future in mind?
Not really. I mean, the sitcoms I talked to you about.
Right.
I got a movie that I'm going to script and put together.
Okay.
I don't know how to write screenplays, but I got software now that'll walk you through it. So
I see.
Hold on. Do that soon.
Okay. Now, how can people find out more about you if they want to? Give me the links, entertainment website.
Absolutely.
Facebook.
Well, you can go to my flagship website, billyrayrock.com.
Okay.
Read some stuff on me. But you can get me on Facebook at, Billy Ray Rock, and then the number 1, but you got to spell out 1, O-N-E.
O-N-E. Okay. Okay.
or you can find me on Instagram at Billy Ray Rock, the number one.
Okay.
Likewise with Twitter X, Billy Ray Rock, the number one. Um, you can find me any of those places, you know.
What about a YouTube channel? YouTube channel?
I got a YouTube channel, Billy Ray Rock One, the
Okay.
number one.
Instagram, Spotify.
Instagram, Billy Ray Rock, the number one.
Okay.
You know, if anybody who's watching can't remember all that, they go to my website, you can just click on any of the icons and it'll
How
take you
about
to any of those.
imdb.com and LinkedIn? Can they find you on those too?
I got a LinkedIn. I don't know where it is or what the thing is. I rarely use it for anything.
Okay.
But, you know, my management, talk to Mike or DB Entertainment, DB enter the number 2 at gmail.com.
Okay.
People will want to book me or, you know, have a few questions or whatever. I'm going to be performing May the 14th and 15th this year at the Roadhouse Saloon in Idaho Falls, Idaho.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
And I know your I'm Happy's coming out, being released on May 15th, of course.
Yeah, it's going to come out right about when I'm out there doing my thing.
Fantastic.
So
That's
that'll be interesting.
Congratulations. That's something to look forward to. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, Billy Ray Rock. Here's a time I think their audience has all been looking forward to, something to be anticipated and exciting. It's now going to be showtime with Billy Ray Rock, and so we're going to present blaze forward and present the vocal stylings of Billy Ray Rock with the very first song called "I'm Happy," coming out May 15th, the release. So have a blazing hot fun time, ladies and gentlemen, with "I'm Happy" with Billy Ray Rock.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we spread some good vibes up in today. I'm feeling good, man. We got everybody up in here, man. We got Freddie J up here on the horn, and Terry over there. Old Rick Birchmore outlaw, he's sitting there doing his thing. I see him over there. We're all up in here. You feel good, bro? Yeah. You feel good? Yeah. Tell you what. Because I'm happy. Because I'm happy. Something you should know. Because I feel good, yo. Because I'm happy. Because I'm happy. Something you should know. Because I feel good, yo. Made every green light, and I just got paid. Nobody can stop my shine. See the clouds, but I got no rain. My bills caught up. I'm about to catch this. I'm cruising at an altitude that your haters better get used to. I ain't saying that your life is trash. I'm saying that I can't look back. Just vibe with me and laugh. Bend over while I spank that. Because I'm happy. Because I'm happy. Something you should know. Because I feel good, yo. Because I'm happy. Because I'm happy. Something you should know. Because I feel good, yo. Left my stress in another town. Not gonna let the devil get me down. Take that drama to another block. I just saw the cops. I didn't get stopped. It's Friday night and I'm doing me. Just got a DM from a dime piece. You wanna come by and shorten my night? Man, she was bad too, brother. I'm telling you, man, she was a bad. She gonna send me a text message about hooking up. Man, it's a good day to be me. Just hold my drink, feeling like I wanna dance. Old school two-step. Freddie J, give me a little bit, man.
Bravo, because I'm happy. That brings you up, makes you happy.
It should.
A very up happy song. Thank you very much on that, Billy Ray Rock. Okay. Yeah, one more song for people's entertainment and delight, the fans and friends out there. The Amazing Richard Johnny Blaze Show, Billy Rock. I think we have a second song. I believe it's a cover song, and what is it called? Not Right Side Up, but Upside Down.
Upside Down. Yeah, it's one of mine. Absolutely.
All right, let's all enjoy Upside Down, the dance song. Okay.
Taking meds, in fact, you make you wanna snap. Regret how you got my mind running like I put the time in, put the grind in. You got me lying, trying to make you smile again. But I'm upside down, trying to do that. I've been downside up, but you don't see that. If you don't change in the blame game, I'm trying to change things in another lane. But you move swift, now you piss. Now you back to happy, you're a trip. Now you back to piss, how you live. But you cussing me out, what it is. You can't rig, thinking like a sieve. I can't figure out, tell me how. I'm supposed to not bring it down. So you embarrass your folks, get loud. I know you miss me. Come on. I know you miss me. I know you miss me for life. I know you miss me. I know you miss me. I know you miss me for life.
Bravo, bravo. Upside down. Not right side up, but upside
Yeah,
Yeah, that's right. That's a fun dance song, an old cover dance song.
yeah. That was a fun song to do. It's got a lot of 80s riffs in there, which is just fun to do.
Great. Okay. Yeah. Well, anyway, I want you. I want to thank you very much for being a guest, Billy Ray Rock, on the show, on the Amazing Mr. Johnny Blaze Show. I've really enjoyed having you on as a guest.
Well,
Comments?
thank you, man. And can I do a couple of shout outs real quick?
Go ahead.
I want to shout out, man, to uh, first off to my late wife. You know, I know she's watching me right now. Colette, RIP, baby. You know we're doing it. I'm going to keep doing it. I know you would want me to do it. You miss. Think about you every day, every minute, every moment. And one day it'll happen, and I'm sure I'll be there with you, you know, on the other side. But for now, yeah, we're going to hold it down with the kids and kind of keep this thing going. Shout out to my boy, Rick. Shout out to Terry. Shout out to my brother, Freddie J. All the horns you do on my songs, man. Just continue to praise you, man. You're the best. You're my GOAT. Shout out to my brother, Lorenzo, RIP. I know you're watching as well. My brother, Junior, my parents. And man, just thank you, Johnny Blaze, for having me on there, man. I think anytime I want to hear what my big ass got to say or sing about, it's a blessing, man. And I'm happy to be here. And I want you to know I really appreciate you having me, man.
My pleasure. I really enjoyed it, Billy Ray Rock. I really enjoyed it very much. Time has gone by very fast. You're a very entertaining, fun, and inspirational and talented guest. That's for sure.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, brother. I do.
I want to say to all my fans and friends, as I get ready to close the show and wrap it up, always keep a smile on your face and a song in your heart. And until next time, happy trails and blaze out.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you would like to be a guest on the amazing original Johnny Blaze Show, please send us an email to amazingoriginaljbshow@gmail.com. All of our guests receive a complimentary DVD of their appearance on the show, and every episode appears on YouTube and Facebook, where we receive at least 3,000 to 5,000 views per episode. Always remember, we are much better than a podcast. We can be seen as well as heard. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, The Amazing Original Johnny Blaze Show. And now, ladies and gentlemen, the amazing original Johnny Blaze has just left the building. Good night. God bless. Thank you so very much.